OPEC is going to cut oil production by over 1 million barrels a day. Look, this is my opinion. That is not only a failure of Biden's energy policy, I think it's a failure of Biden's foreign policy as well. Again, that is my opinion. Oil at $81 a barrel this morning. Let's bring in Larry Kudlow. All right, Larry, Trump was feared, Biden is not. Is that why we're in so much trouble?
Well, that has a lot to do with it. And by the way, I agree with both of your opinions, Stu. I think you're spot on. Look, when Trump opened up the fossil fuel spigots, by the way, he opened up all the spigots, renewables and fossil fuels. When he did that, he made the United States the dominant energy player in the world. In effect, we were energy independent. We did not rely on the Saudis, the Russians, and OPEC+. Biden, with his war on fossil fuels, has made us energy dependent. It is now OPEC+ that is the dominant player, and they are the price setter. So this is a tremendous difficulty, and it shows you the failure of Biden's policies. I don't know how high oil is going to go after this latest move, but I just want to make one quick point. I don't think it was a coincidence that just a couple of days after Alvin Bragg's indictment of Donald Trump, which is like a third world banana republic thing, just a couple days later, the Saudis and OPEC+ made their announcement of 1 million+ barrels reduction in production. You think that was a coincidence?
No.
I don't happen to think that's a coincidence. It just shows you how this progressive left-wing prosecution of Trump is backfiring on Joe Biden and the country, by the way.
Well, listen to this, Larry. Biden's on his Investing in America tour. He's celebrating the investments he made on climate. Just watch this. Roll tape, please.
The progress we've made creating strong, sustainable economic growth has been real. We passed the American Rescue Plan, the most aggressive economic recovery since Franklin Delano Roosevelt. We passed the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, the most substantial investment since President Eisenhower, and the CHIPS and Science Act, which we didn't get the other team to join very much, but the most significant investment in manufacturing and research and development in American history. The Inflation Reduction Act, the most transformative investment in climate ever.
Okay, Larry, part of that soundbite is the most aggressive economic recovery since FDR. That's nonsense, in my opinion. What say you?
Yeah, well, both were nonsense, actually. FDR didn't have one either. But look, we just, in Joe Biden's first full year in office, which was 2022, the economy grew at 0.9%, okay? And the inflation rate was 6.5%. I might add down from 9% at the worst point. The things that Biden described, particularly the 2021 bill, triggered higher inflation. This inaptly named Inflation Reduction Act that he prides himself on has been re-estimated to cost $1.2 trillion. That thing is 3 times the original size. And by the way, the other thing he mentioned, the CHIPS Act, it turns out to be a farce. I mean, what are we getting out of the CHIPS Act? We're getting welfare centers, daycare centers. Yeah. We're getting more union shops and higher wages based on union. That's not going to work. It's not going to work at all because all this left-wing progressive stuff has major regulatory, they insert that. And Joe Manchin is complaining about it. He should have read the fine print. It's all aimed towards climate change, woke, diversity, inclusion, equity, all this stuff. It's not aimed at production. It's not aimed at investment. And if Joe Biden had his way, the most successful entrepreneurs in this country in business would be shut down because of a $5 trillion tax hike. I mean, it's all anti-business.
Yes,
every last one of it.
All of it.
The economy is stalled. Inflation lingers.
Give me some growth. I don't see it in the future. Larry, we're going to watch you at 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4 Eastern time, only on Fox Business. Larry Kudlow, thank you much, Larry.
Thanks, Stu.